Hey everyone, and welcome back to Grounds Family Farm. Many of y'all have been asking whatever happened to the tiller for the tractor, and we finally have a solution that we think is going to work for that. But before we get started on that, we're fixing to try to see if we can harvest our potatoes. As you can see, our garden is an overgrown mess. We were doing really good to get everything weeded back and making it look mostly good again. And then a few inches of rain, some 90-degree days, and this Johnson grass just took over again. It's finally got to something, it's just something that is unmanageable, and I don't know how to get rid of Johnson grass, but we've got to figure out a way before next year, or we're just going to have to find a new garden spot because this is not working out. We clearly have taken on too much. We also had a few setbacks whenever Kimberly had a couple of doctor's appointments, and we thought this was going to be our year, but clearly it's not. So we're hoping that we still have a few potatoes in here to harvest. They kind of died back a little sooner than we thought. We may have a slight suspicion about that, but I'm not going to go into that just yet. We're going to see how it turns out and then let you know what we think about that. Not 100% sure what exactly went on there, but we're fixing to dig in here and find out, and then it's just going to be a matter of salvaging what we can out of this, and then we'll let you know what our other plans are a little bit later.
Hopefully we can find some in all of this terrible mess. Hopefully there's actually some in there. There wasn't any up to that point, so hopefully he just missed it a little bit. This is not very promising, guys. So there's a few down there. Yeah. Some there. Yeah. It's gonna be a very small harvest. Goodness gracious.
I was beginning to wonder for a minute
I know.
if there was going to be anything, but I guess maybe down there they just didn't do as good with all that Johnson grass.
Yeah, which they were a little spottier on this end anyway, so. All right, do we see any down here?
Yeah.
Oh, over in the grass.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Johnson grass is awful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go through here, because what we'll do is we'll pick up what we can, and then I may come back through and plow it again.
Did you find another one? Okay.
There's one. Is that one good in your bucket, or is that bad? That's got a cut in it. Don't put any that's got like a cut like that in it, because they'll end up seeping out fluids and making the others look bad.
Yeah. Oh, be careful.
That's fine, yeah, that's just bad.
Here, carry your bucket.
Oh, there's one over there. No, that's good. There's one right there.
And I think they get better as we go.
Yeah. Let's hope anyway.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, if there's a plant over there, I see a little one on.
Bite-sized potato. I'm going to cook it and eat it.
Yep. But I may back up and try to get this round again.
Okay.
And see if some more will turn up, scooting over a little bit, because there's just so much Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, watch out.
All right, so
y'all
y'all
back
gonna
up.
go all the way back to the end, okay? Making another pass to see if we can see anything new. The Johnson grass is so thick, and okay, a few more. He's just kind of gonna have to go back and forth with the way the Johnson grass is. So it's gonna take us twice as long as usual, but we'll see. All right, let's look. Right in here.
Oh goodness, it's a lot.
A few anyway. There you go. And there's some right there too. Oh, yep. Let me get that one. Just knock the dirt off of it real good. This is definitely not going to be the harvest we were expecting or hoping for. Yeah. They're not going to hurt you. She's kind of nervous around dragonflies. Not real sure why.
I think we should have potatoes for supper.
Good job. We'll see. Must be easier to dig down there.
Going faster.
Yeah. Yeah, there's fire ants through here, so Abby, here, hold the bucket at least. Abby can't get the ones that have fire ants on them because she is highly, highly allergic. We don't want to have to use an EpiPen tonight, so.
No, I don't like shots.
All right. Good job, Iz. You're doing good.
I'm feeling nice over here.
Yeah, we found some pretty nice ones. I think if you make another pass right through here, this other side over here,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be.
I just wanted to keep going instead of going back and forth so much and then.
Well, yeah, it looked like you were clogging up your thing.
Yeah. So we'll get what we can get and then.
Do it again. Yeah, where your foot is, it kind of juts in, so you may hit a rock or something.
Well, or that stuff just built up on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you found. She found another one hiding.
Okay, these are the kennebecks that we're getting to.
Okay. Here's some good ones. There might be enough to put up some.
Yeah, we'll make things crazy. But...
I was hoping we'd have a bunch that size.
Yeah, I know.
Nope.
That's what we should have had with the kennebecks.
Come on, buddy.
It's okay. It's still all right.
I mean,
It's something. Every little bit can be a win. It's been one of the wettest summers we've had in a long time. Yeah, usually we're just begging for rain about this time of year, and we've had so much.
yes.
Yeah.
This one is not too
No. I'm afraid our suspicions have been confirmed. Yeah, this is the only variety that did anything, really.
Well, you got an eye for those potatoes.
Yeah, it's tossing out a few more. The dirt's beautiful. I think this is where the worst of the weeds are too. Oh wow. It's so thick they've kind of pushed them to the side there.
So here's our potato harvest. 3 5-gallon buckets. Not as much as we were expecting, but better than last year.
Yeah.
So we were telling you earlier that we kind of suspected something, but we didn't want to talk about it just yet, just in case. So here's the scenario. We go out one day, have beautiful potato plants. I mean, all the way down, just gorgeous. Bright green. Haven't bloomed and died back yet. a few days later, go out and all of a sudden, potatoes plant's gone. So initially we thought maybe bugs went out there and didn't see that.
Yeah.
So then we just hoped for the benefit of the doubt, be like, okay, well maybe they just died back because it was time. And then after we got to doing some talking, we found out that one of our neighbors had been spraying his pasture a few days before they all turned brown. So don't know 100%, but we're wondering if maybe we didn't get a little overspray from that and it wiped out our potatoes, because as nice as those plants looked, we should have had a lot more than what we ended up with. And also another clue we didn't really think about at the time, we showed y'all the peas and they weren't even turning purple yet. Well, we went out a few days later and they had already turned brown and dried up.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, this is weird. I was like, I know it turned off really hot and we had some really hot days, but for them to go from green to brown so quickly without, like I said, they were just starting to turn a little bit of purple, not enough. And I know whenever we have them in the past that they'll stay in that stage for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So we're kind of wondering if maybe all that stuff right by the road didn't get wiped out from that. So
Yeah.
kind of discouraging for that, but also it turned into a mess with all the Johnson grass and stuff. And so I'm not sure that's the best spot for the garden, for the simple fact that we can't seem to get the Johnson grass under control, and also having to deal with possible chance of drift from chemicals being sprayed other places. So I think that we're probably just going to call it quits on the peas, just in case that's what it was. And plus there's just, it's such a mess right there. We'll swap those out. We're going to try to salvage some of the other stuff, but it's grown up. But we've got some plans that we're going to do something a little bit different. But first, you've been asking about the tiller. Have we got it fixed? Have we got it figured out? Well, we finally have a solution. So, like I said before, wasn't really sure what we was going to do. I was going to call and try to find a bracket. But then after talking to my dad, he's like, I think with a little bit of flat metal, we can get it fixed. So, went to Tractor Supply, got some metal, and he welded it up. So we're fixing to put it on there and see how it goes. He said it may not be pretty, but it ought to hold. So,
That's all that matters.
yeah, which he welded it. I got some flat black spray paint to paint it, try to keep it from rusting because everything else is kind of dull on this. 2 of the holes are already pre-drilled, so we're going to see if we can get those lined up, put the bolts on those first so that the back holes lined up, and then drill the holes for those. I am putting red Loctite on these so that hopefully they don't vibrate loose, because he's thinking that might have been some of the issue if some of the bolts had kind of vibrated loose where they weren't tight. That made the bouncing where it made it break the metal. So hopefully we can get this fixed.
Do you need my help?
Don't know yet. Inside that bag is bolts, which I went ahead and decided to replace the bolts too because I thought they might need to be a little bit longer. The other ones might have worked. I need one with all the lock washers on it. And one other one, a blank one. Do this one. Take the lock washer off. Yeah, so I went ahead and got all new bolts just in case the others were getting weak. I think they're still good because they're grade 8 bolts, but just in case I needed something a little bit longer. I wasn't sure with the other metal if I would or not. Lock washer. Loose for a minute.
Okay.
Need another one? Get both sides in push together. So yeah, we're gonna mount the front down first and then drill the back holes. That way we know they line up right. Hard to tell what this is. So I think what I might do is just go ahead and tighten these up and then I'll back them off and put the thread lock on later.
Okay.
That way if I have to get them off, they don't mess up because of that red thread lock.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to use heat to get it to come loose.
Oh, okay. The girls are out doing their nightly chores since it's that time of evening. What's wrong?
I think the metal sits lower
Than the old.
yeah, I think there's the weld on that bottom edge.
Oh. Is that gonna be a problem?
Could be.
Okay.
See there, that's just bent because that one lines up right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one that's got the weld on the bottom.
Huh.
I don't know. I call Dad and see if, I don't know if we can heat that up with a cutting torch and get it to bend, or
Okay.
the other thing I thought is if I could just bring the tractor fork,
Push it down.
as long as it didn't tear it up.
Yeah.
I know I should be doing it on the other side, but it's easier to push this out here.
Yeah.
And like I said, once we know everything is good, I'm going to go back and put Loctite on it.
Yeah.
And we talked about drilling another hole and just putting a third bolt, but that is even a lot thicker than what that other is, so I don't know if I want to fool with that.
Yeah.
Since it's worked so long on just two.
Mm-hmm. His dad was able to come up, and together they decided to go ahead and put the tractor fork on it and push it down, and it worked. So it's getting a little bit darker, but oh my word, it feels so much better out here.
Yeah. If we had a night vision camera, we would just work in the dark.
Yeah.
So you could see.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that is fixed, but we're going to have to wait till morning to try to show y'all what all's actually going on.
Yep, because it is way too dark to be able to see anything closer than, or further away than we are right now, so.
Yeah, so we're going to get all this mess cleaned up, and then in the morning we may try to get up extra early so we can come out before church and show you exactly what we're doing. Okay, so we got the tiller fixed. It looks like it's going to hold pretty good. You can see that we've got the new metal there. On this one, the lock washer had messed up, the one I bought, and rather than take a chance, I just went ahead and put 2 nuts on that one and plenty of Loctite. And all of them are Loctite, so hopefully they don't vibrate loose this time, and fix and put this thing into motion and see how it does. So we told you we had some different plans of what we were going to try to do to salvage what we could. So this is what we've decided. We've got this area here. It's about 30 by 70, 75, something like that. It doesn't have a whole lot of Johnson grass or weed pressure. Most of it's like clover and sourdock, stuff like that, low growing plants. So we're going to till this up and try to put in a new small garden here. So if you see these boards on the front, our other plan is we're actually going to tarp this. Now, before y'all say it should be black plastic, we don't have any. That costs a lot of money. But what we do have is the old top to our greenhouse or high tunnel. So we're going to get this tilled up once, lay that plastic over it, put these boards around it to kind of hold it down. And with it being clear, it'll actually allow whatever roots and stuff to germinate. But then with us having 100-degree temps this next week, it's just basically going to bake everything, and that should kill it. So at least it'll give us a head start. I don't know if the plastic's big enough to cover the whole area we're going to use, but what we'll probably do is if it doesn't, we'll get one end worked up, and we'll just start, as we're planting that way, we'll just scoot it down so it can continue to burn up before we actually get to that point of planting. And we're a little late on tomatoes and stuff, but they're grown up mess in there, but there are still some plants in there. So what I plan on doing with that is I'm going to take some cuttings from the suckers, get those rooted, and then we should have some pretty good strong plants to get in here and hopefully be able to make it before frost. Worst case, if we have to, we can put, if we plant them right, we can put cattle panels or something over with plastic to make a temporary high tunnel over them so that we can get a little bit farther into the fall if we happen to have an early frost. But here lately, the frost's been happening way late, so I think we'll still have plenty of time to get plenty of tomatoes and stuff to put up so that we actually have some stuff for the winter. I just hate that we didn't have them all summer long, but you got to work with what you got, and we had a mess. So we're fixing to get started, till this up for the first time. I may go over it twice. since this hasn't been worked up in a while, we planted turnips on this last fall and just kind of let them do a cover crop, and they did really well. So get it worked up, and if we have time before church, we're going to go cut the plastic off the high tunnel and bring it over here and put it down.
Ground is so beautiful. Tiller's working great.
Well, the tiller held up. It looks really good. The part that we went over twice looks especially good. Kind of run out of time, so I just want to go over it once. Plus, I want this plastic to burn up everything that's on top, and then when we till it again, we'll put the plastic back over it to do a second heat cycle, and hopefully with the two of those, it'll keep the weed pressure down where we can actually have a decent garden for the rest of the year and into the fall. I think it'll also be easier. There's not as much Johnson grass over here. There's just a few places here and there. And so the Johnson grass is what really grows fast and takes off and ruins a garden. That and careless weeds. And I haven't seen many of those over here either. So we're fixing to drag this plastic out. And I've got the old cedar boards I'm going to put on it. I'm hoping that's enough weight. We may have to go get a few cinder blocks to put on the corners just so it doesn't blow completely away. I'm not sure what the end is.
So do you want me just to grab this other side?
Yeah, well, we're just going to walk it this way because I don't know what's what. So if you'll just grab that edge out, and then we'll just work it out as we get it pulled out. So I'm not for sure that this is the end. Yeah, I don't know. This may not be near big enough.
No, it's going to be like half of it.
Well, this is supposed to be 40-foot wide plastic. Unless it split down the top and half on the other side.
I think it did.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that it just flew over.
It's hard to walk in.
Mm-hmm. which has got all twisted.
I'm gonna come unroll this a little bit too.
Huh? It'll pull out once I get untwisted.
Yeah, I don't think that was the end.
Huh?
That was not the end. It needs to shift that way some more.
Okay, we'll just get this undone, then we'll pull it where we need it. And it may be that that is the end and it just tore funny.
Which, that's where the split was right up there, so
Yeah,
it may have.
which I think I probably want to start on this end.
This far in?
Yeah,
this
and
end?
then, huh?
This end or this end?
This end.
Okay.
Because this stays wetter, and so as we get closer to fall, the stuff over here will need to be done and out quicker.
Okay.
So it may be that we just find the long part wherever it ends, like right in here, and just cut this off. Can you come stand on this?
Okay.
Or pull tight, I don't know what it means. Something. Okay. Let's pull this out of the way. Yeah, like I said, it may need cinder blocks on the corners because I don't know if those boards will be heavy enough if this tries to take off. Okay. As long as it covers the bulk of it,
Yeah.
that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, where are you trying to run away?
I think that'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
That'll get most of the middle.
Yeah.
And like I said, these boards may not be
Mm-hmm.
heavy enough for this.
They may work.
Huh?
They may work because it doesn't take a whole lot down here.
Most of the winds would come from this way because all those weeds and stuff will help block that other side some. If these were 2x4s, they'd probably for sure work, but these are kind of light since they've dried out. There's a shovel in this gator.
Yeah.
I'll just throw a little dirt
Okay.
on the corners too. Yeah, your end already blew up over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll work unless the storm comes through and we see it doesn't.
Yep.
Then we'll think of something else.
Yeah, usually down here, though, it's not near as bad as it is up on the hill. So.
No, the hill blocks a lot of the wind, and Like I said, we got weeds on this side, weeds on that side, so, and then weeds over here other than the driveway.
Yeah. Which we will eventually take care of. It's just we had to have all the working parts on the tractor. So,
Yeah, my bush hog's down right now is the other thing.
yeah.
It's the only problem with old equipment. You always got to work on it.
Yep.
And up until the last couple of years, we haven't had any major issues, so.
Yeah. So that's.
But it's also 13 years old now, almost 14.
Yep. Older than Abby.
Yep, starting to wear out. But I think that's probably going to do it for this time. We're super excited the tiller's fixed, and
Yeah.
hopefully this will keep our weed pressure down. I'll try to show you taking some of those cuttings and how we do that, so you can kind of see if you ever want to multiply your tomato plants, you'll know exactly what to do. And we're hoping this works out, because I think probably leave this for a few days, till up this part, and then maybe put it back down again and then plant.
Yeah.
And start planting our seed crops and stuff like our beans that we bought and everything, and hopefully we can get things done. But hopefully being in this spot with a lot less Johnson grass and then doing this to help kill out some of the weeds first, we'll be able to keep our fall garden under control a little better. But we've got to go get cleaned up, because as you can see, it is like 9 something in the morning. We're already drenched, fixing to go get in cleaned up because church starts pretty soon, so we got to go get things done. But we hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and share it with all your friends, and we'll catch you next time on Grounds Family Farm. Bye.
Bye, guys.